Hey guys, Clint Darden from ClintDarden.com, and of course, the House of Biceps. I'm here doing a video review for Mike Sidwell, a 175-pound strongman in the US of A, getting ready for Nationals, getting a couple of his videos right out of the way right here, getting all the propaganda out of the way. And he begins this with a car deadlift. Now, you've done this right. You've made it heavy. You've got your high reps in. The only thing that concerns me is, are you locked out long enough to get a down signal from a referee? There are some small things we could talk about, whether or not a leg press, high rep set of leg press would actually help you on this, some good mornings, that sort of thing. But in the end, you're probably better off just sticking with doing the car deadlift to train the car deadlift, especially this many weeks out. Now, what we see here after you finish this is something you've picked up from me, obviously, so I did leave it in. You finished your set, and you've got to come back and do at least a heavier single. So it looks like you did something really interesting here, and I'll show it through the photos here. It's something I believe you attempted to break dance at one point during your car deadlift. But you did follow in classic style. You have listened to me, and it is very, very important, even if you fall in break dance, to get back up and come back and get at least another single, double, triple, or something. You did 5. It's very important. As soon as you finish that high rep set, come back and nail some singles or whatever, and pause and hold it at the top. There you are on the axle, a 7 rep set. We could say that we want you on the blades of your feet a little more. We don't want your knees out in front quite a bit. We'd like to have you relaxed a little more, but it's a 7 rep set, not a max single. Can't get too picky. Don't even know the weight. You're obviously strong. And here you are on the stone over bar. Picked up a couple of things here. There are a couple of mistakes that you've made on loading it that can be fixed that the winner will not make. And that is right here, where you stopped and had to reach over to grab the stone. The winner will not make that mistake. And here you are again, you had to reach over, you're dropping down, straightening the knees, and then popping it over. That cost you about a second right there. Now, you did stop and you're watching the stone. It makes me wonder if you ran back to do another stone or not. You've got to be sprinting back to get that next stone. So here you are again on a 20 rep set. I really have no idea why you're doing a 20 rep set. But it does seem your max strength and your rep strength is both there, so I can't really complain. I would like to see this a little more relaxed and dropping to the chest a little easier. I would prefer to see the setting on your chest and everything coming from the legs. You've got a little too much shoulders pushing the bar from chest to the top of your head. I would like to make this all a leg thing with a little bit of triceps and drop at the end. That said, hopefully you won't be doing 20 some odd reps at Nationals. That's something I just can't believe they would be doing at Nationals, a 20 rep set of overhead press. So stick with it. It's probably not a big deal. With any kind of weight, you can do 20 plus reps with it. Probably doesn't matter, but I think you can see there that the bar is not completely relaxed on your shoulders as you're dipping down, and that needs to be fixed. But that's really, really hard to do with a hard set on the overhead press. The yoke carry sled drag. This is interesting. You are good at the yoke. The yoke has never been a bad event for you. You're really fast. Something I think you should consider if the yoke is going to be light is that you wear your harness pull rock climbing shoes, because you never know how the drag is going to be. And the traction of those shoes can make a huge difference. If nothing else, you need to at least go buy a new pair of shoes about 2 to 3 weeks out before just for this event. Now, the Tricepticon press, not really for sure what this is, why it's in there. A little bit of tricep work without killing your chest. I'm only assuming this is accessory for your press. You like it and you feel that you get some sort of carryover from it. If you enjoy it, stick with it. Now, look at this, a safety squat bar, 8 sets of 2, probably with short rest. Little things here, you could use a pause on the box instead of touch and go, but I think I've said that to you about 1,000,000 times, and you're still touch and go on the box, and you're struggling. That's not dynamic effort. That is max effort right there, at least semi-max effort. And it's good to see that the diet is going well for you, and you are losing weight the proper way, and you're not going to extreme measures to try and cut weight. Car deadlift simulator, not really for sure how this pans out. Not really for sure if I would put my time and effort into this. Again, awesome photo. The press medley for speed. I told you that when you did this to me, you sent me this video last time, it was too slow. you were lackadaisical and you could do it a lot faster. So you sent me this one, and clearly this is much, much, much faster. But let's break this down. A few things that I actually see wrong with what you're doing. The first one is right here. Your head is down. The first move that you do is your head going up. You don't want to be swinging your head. It's going to make you nice and dizzy. Your head went up right there. That's a great opportunity to get dizzy. This part right here makes me a little nervous when you start doing this because it causes you to step back. Is that locked out enough to get a down signal? I don't know. Now, it's great that you are moving to the next one, but have you finished that one yet? In training, it's probably fine when it comes to contests. Don't make that mistake. It's going to cost you everything. Now, we see the exact same thing here. You've got it locked out over your head. Your feet are moving. Are you going to get a down signal? Now, the dumbbell, once again, your head is down on the pickup, and it swings a little bit on the way up. Just make sure it's not too big of a swing that makes you dizzy. Now, what comes next is something very important that most people will not ever pick up on, but clearly you have listened to me, and you and I know what we are talking about here, and maybe other people will pick it up too. Good job. I like what you're doing. Thanks for paying attention. Same thing on the keg. Good lockout. Make sure it's good enough for the judges. And you came back and did a heavier set. I think this is a great idea coming back, and it's honestly proving to me that you can do a heavier weight, you can lock it out, you can hold it, and you can do that with every single implement that there is. Can't say enough about this. I would not continue to kill yourself on this every single week. You might want to just come back and hit whichever implement kind of bothers you. You don't have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job of switching hats right in Medley. You could come back and just do the event that gives you fits and come back and get a couple of singles on whatever event, or you can casually go between one and the next. Good job of not killing yourself on that. Don't tear a bicep. And right here, I just want to say that's really awesome use of duct tape. No strongman or strength athlete should ever go without duct tape on them at all times, which you look really smooth with the keg. Now, another 280 log press. I think this is great. I think it's cool that you can weigh 175 and you can press the log at 280 after doing all of that. But I have to ask why. This is how injuries happen, especially when people are making weight. Don't do anything that's going to kill you. Now, the heavy chain yoke, this is absolutely great. This is a great way for you to train the yoke anyway. I wouldn't suggest this to most other people, but I know you've always had success with it in the past. Once again, we're on the sled drag. It appears that you have the same or similar shoes on that you did a long time ago. I still suggest you getting a new pair of basketball shoes a week or 2 or 3 out from the contest and training with them. Now here we are again on the keg carry. You're really solid at this, but once again, you've still got a slight stop and hesitation before you load. The winner of this event, or the top 2 or 3 guys, will not have that stop and hesitation before they load. People will stop and say, man, they loaded that just like it was completely natural, like it was nothing like they've done all their life. But that's going to separate the winner of this event from everybody else. And that right there, my friends, is a great reason why you should be videotaping everything you do, because you never know when something awesome like that is going to happen. You will get it on video and your phone will not be smashed. So that's a great reason to video everything that you do in training, just for moments like that. Now, once again, here we are with the last kick. I don't know the weights, but there's a slight pause and hesitation. The best guy will not have that at all. And it's great to see you pushing after this, doing something else. Just make sure you're not saving energy on the load, just so you have something left for a casual sled push. So where do we go from here? Now, I can step in and reprogram you completely and come up with some new plan and ideas and that sort of thing. And that's probably going to work for 2 or 3 weeks, just because we're going to have a little bit of different kind of wear and tear on your body than exactly what you've been doing. But it's always really, really dangerous to reprogram a high-level strength athlete, because it's probably going to backfire in the end. So all I can do is ask you to make the smartest decisions possible. Don't forget, you're not going to get a lot stronger in the next 5 weeks, but a small injury can make you a whole lot weaker. There are a lot of different ways to train every single event, so try to find every single way possible that you can train that event without beating yourself up to the point to where you are burned out, burnt down, and beat up going into nationals. You need to go into nationals hungry. You need to go into nationals ready you need to go into nationals strong and prepared to do the absolute best you can possibly do on contest day. So all this performance that you do right now is great. Just don't forget that there is a big difference between training and testing. And I know that you think that the really, really hard training and pushing yourself more and more and more and harder than everybody else is hard training, but that's not exactly training. That's still testing. Don't forget that to train with a purpose and have some goals in mind. And there's more than one ways to skin a cat, my friends. So do the smartest things possible. Possibly look at having some kind of deload at some point between now and then. You don't have to deload a whole week. You can deload 1 or 2 days per week because you're probably training pretty frequently and working quite a bit as well. But consider having a deload now. That way it'll reset you back up to come in strong going into nationals. So anyway, Mike, we'll see you with some new videos next week, brother.